Hello everyone, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. Today we are here for the discussion of solutions of Matrix Olympiad paper which was held on 13th of October 2024. We will start from class 10th and the subject is physics. So let us start our discussion. So our first question is, a beam of light travels from air into a medium. Its speed and wavelength in the medium are 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second and 230 nanometer respectively. The wavelength of light in air will be. So let us write first given quantities. So the speed is given, let's say speed in medium is Vm, which is given here 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and the wavelength in medium is given 230 nanometer, means 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Okay, the wavelength of light in air will be, so we have to calculate lambda air. When light goes from one medium to another medium, its wavelength will change, so we have to calculate its initial wavelength, which is in air, which was in air. Okay, so there is a formula, and the formula is refractive index mu21 is equals to V1 upon V2, or we can say it is equals to lambda 1 upon lambda 2. 1 is denoted for first medium and second 2 is denoted for second medium in which light is going. Okay, so from here we can see V1 upon V2 is equals to lambda 1 upon lambda 2. So by comparing, the first medium here is given is air, second is any unknown medium. Similarly, for lambda 1, I can write it lambda A upon lambda M. We have to calculate the value of lambda A. So, lambda A is equals to become formula VA upon VM multiplied by lambda M. So, lambda A is equals to VA is velocity of light in air, which is nearly equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, divided by velocity of light in medium is given 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 multiplied by lambda M is given here 230 into 10 to the power minus 9 meters. So on solving this, we get here lambda A is equals to 2 into 230 into 10 to the power minus, it is not 19, it is 9. Okay, so lambda A is equals to becomes 460 nanometer. Okay, so our correct answer will be option C. Question number 2. In question number 2, it is said the minimum distance between an object and its real image in convex lens is. So let us draw a diagram. Let us assume that we have a convex lens. Okay, this is its principal axis. Let's say an object is placed at this point O and its real image is formed on another side denoted by I. Let us assume the distance between object and its real image is D. Okay, and we know that the distance of object is denoted by U and the distance of image will be given by, this is D, this is U, then it is equal to the D minus U. We know that we have a lens equation 1 upon F is equals to 1 upon V minus 1 upon U. Now putting the values here, 1 upon F, using sign convention we know that the focal length of convex lens is positive, equals to, now the value of V we can see here is D minus U in positive, so it becomes 1 upon D minus U. Okay, minus the value of U is in negative using sign convention, so minus minus becomes plus 1 upon U. Now taking the LCM, 1 upon F is equals to, it becomes U multiplied by D minus U, and here we get U plus D minus U. This minus U is cancelled by this plus U. So in next step we will get 1 upon F is equals to D upon UD minus U square. Now cross multiplying it, we get UD minus U square is equals to FD. Now rearranging this, we will get UD minus U square minus FD, which is equals to 0. Now rearranging it, we get U square minus UD plus FD, which is equals to 0. So here we are having a quadratic equation, and let us find its root. So using Sridharacharya formula, which is minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, now putting the value, we know that the roots of u will be given by this formula. So u is equals to, putting the value of b, which is minus d, so minus minus becomes plus d, plus minus root b square, that is minus b square, minus d square, which becomes d square, minus 4, value of a is 1 and value of c is fd, so it becomes fd divided by 2. Okay, so for real values, the factor d square minus 4fd should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so from here we can see d minus 4f should be greater than 0, or we can say d should be greater than or equal to 4f. So the minimum value of d will be equal to 4f. So our correct answer is option C. Okay. Question number 3. Element of a heater is rated P and V. That means the power is P when the voltage is given V, if it is connected across a source of voltage V by 2. Okay, we know that P is equal to, there are several formulas, VI, or we can say I square R, or we can say V square by R. We have to put, we have to take the correct formula at the appropriate time. Okay, so because it is given, the value of voltage source is given, so I will use this formula, because by changing the voltage, resistance will not change. So we know that if initially P initial is V square upon R, so in second case P2 is equals to, value of V is changed, new value of V is V by 2 to the whole square upon R, which is equals to V square upon 4R. Okay, so we know that V square upon R is equals to P1, so it becomes P1 divided by 4. So power will become P by 4. So correct answer is option D. Assertion: when 3 electric bulbs of power 200, 100 and 50 watt are connected in series to source, the power consumed by 50 watt bulb is maximum. So let us know first, we know that P is equals to VI, or we can say V square upon R, or we can say I square R. The electric bulb having least power will have highest resistance, okay, because power is inversely proportional to resistance. And in case of series combination, or in case of series connection, we know that we have to use the formula I square R, because in series connection, current through each device will be same. So in that case, the electric bulb having highest resistance will consume highest power, because current through each device will be same. So we will say it is a true statement, because in series connection, current through all these 3 bulbs will be same. So the bulb having a higher resistance will consume more power, and we know that the bulb having least rating will have more resistance. So it is a true statement. In series circuit, voltage is the same through each bulb, but the current across each bulb is different. We have discussed this is not a true statement. So our correct answer will be, assertion is true but reason is false. Option C is our correct answer. Question number 5. So in column 1, some quantities are given which we have to match with column 2. Direction of induced current. So direction of induced current is given by Fleming's right hand rule, which states FBI. Okay, so direction of induced current is given by Fleming's right hand rule. That means for P I will write 2. Direction of magnetic force is given by Fleming's left hand rule, same FBI, force, magnetic field and current. So for Q I will write 3. Electromagnetic induction. So on electromagnetic induction, Faraday have gave some laws. So for R I will write 4. Okay, direction of magnetic field is given by right hand thumb rule. Okay, so for S I will write 1. So correct code is 2341. 2341, that means option D is our correct answer. Question number 6, which is based on a paragraph. In paragraph, some situations and some terms are explained here. Okay, and in question 6, it is asked the inductance in a coil plays same role as. Whenever a wire is wounded in a form of coil, it known as a inductor, and it has a property which is explained here in paragraph. It has a property which opposes the change in current. That means it allows the flow of current, but current should be constant. If you want to make change in current, it will oppose it. So it is just like similar to the inertia in mechanics. So inductance in a coil plays same role as the inertia in mechanics because it opposes the change in current. Okay, so option A is our correct answer. Question number 7. A current of 2.5 ampere flows through a coil of inductance 5 Henry. The magnetic flux linked with the coil is. So as in this paragraph, a formula of flux is given by phi equal to Li. Okay, so phi is equals to Li. Very simply, we know that value of L, self inductance, is equal to 5 multiplied by current given is 2.5. So on solving this, we will get 12.5. Unit of flux is Weber. Okay, so correct answer is option B. So we have discussed all the questions of subject physics. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad, you can subscribe this YouTube channel. You can also join our WhatsApp channel. The link of WhatsApp channel is provided in the description of this video. If you have any type of doubt in any question, then click on Ask a Doubt button, which is provided in your MOF profile. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. Welcome to all of you on Matrix YouTube channel. Today we will discuss the MOF paper solution of class 10, which was conducted on 13th of October 2024. Let's see the question. So the question is, which of the following salts does not contain water of crystallization? Okay, so let's see the options. First option is blue vitriol. We know that the blue vitriol is known as the copper sulfate, and the formula of the copper sulfate is CuSO4.5H2O. Second one is baking soda. The formula of the baking soda is NaHCO3. Baking soda is also known as sodium hydrogen carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. Now let's see the question, option third. Next is washing soda. The formula of the washing soda is Na2CO3.10H2O, means sodium carbonate decahydrate. Now the last one is gypsum. The formula of the gypsum is CaSO4.2H2O, means in the first compound, blue vitriol, we know that copper sulfate is a blue vitriol. So in the blue vitriol, in the copper sulfate, 5 molecule of water is present as a water of crystallization. In the sodium carbonate, 10H2O is present as a water of crystallization, and in the gypsum, 2H2O is present as a water of crystallization. But in the sodium bicarbonate or in baking soda, there is no water of crystallization. So the option B is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. In the next question, the question is, which of the following is precipitation as well as double displacement reaction? Let's see the options. The option is, in the first option, NaOH, means sodium hydroxide react with HNO3. We know that the sodium hydroxide is a base and HNO3 is nitric acid, means HNO3 is an acid and NaOH is a base. So when acid and base combine with each other, it forms neutralization reaction, or it forms a salt, and this reaction is known as a neutralization reaction. Okay, so this is a double displacement reaction, but it is not the precipitation reaction. It is a neutralization reaction. In the next, copper is react with AgNO3. Okay, so we know that the copper is more reactive than silver, so it can easily replace from its salt solution. So copper easily replace Ag and form copper nitrate and Ag. It means it is a single displacement reaction, not a double displacement reaction. Now, the next is when mercury react with oxygen, then it gives mercuric oxide, HgO. So, in this reaction, when Hg combine with oxygen, it means the combination of oxygen, and the combination of oxygen is known as oxidation reaction, not double displacement reaction. Now, in the last one, when FeCl3 react with ammonium hydroxide, FeCl3 is ferric chloride, and when it is react with ammonium hydroxide, then the Fe and ammonium ion displace each other and form ferric hydroxide and ammonium chloride. We know that it is a double displacement reaction, and in this reaction the ferric hydroxide is formed, which is not soluble in water, and the substances which are not soluble in water are known as the PPT. So in this reaction, double displacement and precipitation, both things are happened. So in the because of the formation of PPT, it is double displacement reaction and precipitation reaction also. So the option D is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question is assertion reason type question. Now let's see the statements. The assertion statement is an aqueous solution of glucose conducts electricity. No, it is completely a false statement, because glucose is a covalent compound, and in the covalent compound it's not easily dissociate into water and creates ions. Ionic compounds easily dissociate into water and generate the different ions, and because of that ion they show the conductivity. So the aqueous solution of glucose conduct electricity, it is completely a false statement. Okay, now the next reason is electric current is carried through the solution by ions. We know that there are the two types of the conductors. First is metallic conductor and second is ionic conductor. Ionic conductors produce or conduct the electricity through ions, and the metallic conductor conduct the electricity through electrons. So the electric current is carried through the solution by ions. It is completely right statement, or we can say it is a true statement, but the assertion is a false statement. Now let's see the option. The option first is both assertion and reason are the true. No, both assertion and reason are not true and not a correct explanation of assertion. Now the next is both assertion and reason are the true and the reason is not a correct explanation of assertion. It is also a wrong statement. Now let's see the next one. Assertion is true but the reason is false. No, we know that assertion is false and the reason is true. So the C is also a wrong option. Now the next is assertion is false and reason is true. Yes, this is completely true statement. Assertion is false because glucose is covalent compound, so it can't conduct the electricity, and the reason statement that electric current is carried through the solution by ions, it is a true statement. So the option D is the right statement. Option D is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. In the next question, match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Okay, now let's see the column first and the column second. In the column first is caustic soda, P is caustic soda, Q is baking soda, R is washing soda, and the S is hydrogen and oxygen. Means in the column first there are different compounds are present, and in the column second, chlor-alkali method, second is crystallization of soda ash, next is electrolysis of water, and the fourth one is Solvay process. Means different processes are given, and in the column first different compounds are given. Okay, so now let's discuss on this first method. First method is chlor-alkali method. In the chlor-alkali method we can produce chlorine, NaOH and hydrogen. Means basically chlor-alkali method is generally used for the preparation of NaOH, and NaOH is known as the caustic soda. So the chlor-alkali process is or we can say the chloralkali method is used for the caustic soda. Now the next is crystallization of soda ash. We know that the washing soda is known as the soda ash. So the crystallization of soda ash is matched with the washing soda. Now the next is the electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water means on electrolysis process, the water is converted into two gases, hydrogen plus oxygen. Means when water is dissociated in the process of the electrolysis, then it produces two gases, and that is hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So the electrolysis of water is matched with the S. Now the last is the Solvay process. Solvay process is a process which is used for the manufacturing of both baking soda and washing soda. Basically it is the method used for the washing soda, but in this method, Solvay process, firstly baking soda is formed, and after that baking soda convert into washing soda. But here in the option second, crystallization of soda ash. So crystallization of soda ash is completely matched with the washing soda. So the Solvay process initially made the baking soda. That's why we match the Solvay process by the baking soda, and this baking soda finally convert into the washing soda. Okay, so the P match with first option, Q match with fourth option, R match with second option, and S match with third option. So 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 2 and 3. It means A is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is paragraph based question. So let's see the paragraph. The paragraph is whitewash is a very low cost type of paint made from the slag lime calcium hydroxide. The formula of the calcium hydroxide is CaOH whole twice, and chalk. Chalk is a calcium carbonate. Slag lime turns into chalk by reacting with carbon dioxide in air over the several days. Means when calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice, when combined with carbon dioxide, then it forms calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Okay, so now these cause crystallization which binds and the strength, the coating. Various other additives can be used. Solid calcium oxide reacts vigorously with water to form calcium hydroxide, accompanied by liberation of heat. Liberation of heat means the process where the liberation of heat is formed, then this process is known as the exothermic process. Okay, now this process is called slaking of lime. Means the process of slaking of lime is exothermic process, means because of the liberation of heat. Now read the remaining paragraph. Calcium hydroxide dissolve in water to form a solution called lime water. Okay, so the formation of this compound lime water is basic in nature, and the pH of this lime water is around 12.4, means it is higher than 7, and the solutions that have the pH higher than 7 are known as the basic solution or alkaline solution. Okay, so the question is, which among the following is or are true about the slaking of lime and the solution formed? Okay, so we know that the process slaking of lime formation is release so much heat, so it is an exothermic process, and the solution formed. The solution which was formed was lime water, and lime water is alkaline in nature, so its pH is 12.4. Okay, let's see the options. The option is, first option is, it is endothermic reaction. No, it is not an endothermic reaction. Next is, it is an exothermic reaction. Yes, it liberates the heat, so it is an exothermic reaction. Now the next is, the pH of the resulting solution will be more than 7. Yes, we know that it's around 12.4, so it is more than 7 and basic in nature. So the third is also right. The pH of the resulting solution will be less than 7. No, it is wrong. So the second and third statement is right. So the second and third, it means the C option is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, in the next question, the paragraph is same. Now let's see the question. Consider the following reaction. In this, there is a reaction in which magnesium nitrite react with water, then it gives magnesium hydroxide and NH3 ammonia. Let's we balance this reaction. Find the value of P, Q, R and S. Means in this question, we have to add the stoichiometric coefficient and find out the result. So the reaction is Mg3N2 when react with H2O, then it produce MgOH whole twice plus NH3. Okay, we know that here nitrogen is 2, so we put 2 here, and magnesium is 3, so we put 3 here. Okay, now let's see the balance the hydrogen and oxygen also. Here the hydrogen number of hydrogens are 3 2s are 6 and 3 2s are 6, it means 12, so we put 6 here. Okay, now let's see, let's check the number of atoms. Here magnesium is 3, here is also 3, nitrogen is 2, here also 2. Now the hydrogen and oxygen, hydrogen is 6 2s are 12, here also 3 2s are 6 and 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 6, 12, and the oxygen is 6 and here oxygen are 6. Okay, so the reaction is balanced. Now we add the stoichiometric coefficient. In this reaction, magnesium nitrite is 1 magnesium nitrite react with 6 water molecule, it produces 3 molecules of magnesium hydroxide and 2 molecule of ammonia. So the addition of 6 plus 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It means the answer is 12. Now let's see the option. The option A is 11. No. Option B is 12. Yes. Next is 7. Wrong. And 14. Wrong. It means the option B is the right option for this question. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt, any query regarding Matrix Olympiad, so you can subscribe our channel, YouTube channel, and you can join our WhatsApp channel also. And if you have any query, any doubt regarding any particular question, so there is one more option, ask a doubt. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix High School. Today we discuss about Matrix Olympiad paper solution for class 10th biology. Let's start. First question. What is the primary function of breathing in organism? In breathing, oxygen inhale inside and carbon dioxide from lungs to atmosphere outside exhalation. Inhalation and exhalation. According to question, to release oxygen into atmosphere, that is wrong. To regulate body temperature, that is wrong. To obtain oxygen and remove carbon dioxide, that is right. According to question, breathing is a process in which oxygen inhale from atmosphere and exhale carbon dioxide from lungs to atmosphere. And last, to produce energy from glucose. Energy from glucose, that is cellular respiration process. So breathing include oxygen in, CO2 out. Option C is correct. Next question is, what is the primary function of digestion? Digestion mean food digest in digestive organ and transport in cell. Provide rest to food? No. To produce energy? Right, but that is not primary function. To transport food to the cell, that is primary function. Then energy. To produce energy. So correct answer is to transport food to the cell. Next question is, identify A, B, C, D and E in the given figure. Given figure is jaw, dentine portion of our mouth. Show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teeth in half jaw. According to question A, B, C, D, E, find out. premolar teeth. Premolar teeth, that is A. Premolar. B is molar. And next, C. Socket. And A, 1 and 2, that is D. D is canine. No. D is incisor. And next, E is canine. So A, B, C, D, E. D, starting from E. Canine. E canine in option C. C is correct for this. Premolar A, that is right. B molar, that is right. 6, 7 and 8. C socket of jaw. D incisor, and last E canine. So according to question, option C is correct. Assertion A, lipase help in emulsification of fat, but emulsification start from bile juice, so that is wrong. And next, reason are lipase hydrolyze fat and oil, that is right. So according to assertion reason statement, A wrong, R right. In this wrong, in this condition wrong, right, and this true, that is wrong. A is false, and reason option D is correct for this statement, because bile juice help in emulsification of large oily globule into small tiny droplets. So this statement is wrong. Next, match column first and second. Menstrual cycle, monthly change of in female reproductive system, monthly change, that is right. P match for first. Puberty is stage when reproductive organ become functional, for 2, 1, 2. And fertilization, union of sperm and egg, that is 3. And contraception method, prevention, pregnancy, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 correct matching for this question. 1, 2, 3, 4 in option A. Option A is right for this question. Next question is paragraph based question. Organism reproduce through various mechanisms, each tailored to the specific biological character. Sexual reproduction involve the fusion of gametes from the two different parents, leading to genetic diversity in the offspring. This process typically requires specialized reproductive organ and involve complex stage such as fertilization, where sperm and egg cells unite to form zygote. Sperm and egg fuse, form zygote, that is diploid and 2N structure. In contrast, asexual reproduction occur without fusion of gamete, involve a single organism, single parent. In diagram, single parent hydra produce a newly hydra from budding method. Method of asexual include binary fission in bacteria, single cell divide into two identical cell. These cells are clone because structurally and genetically similar to their parents. Budding in yeast, whereas new individual grow as outgrowth from parent organism. Some organism like plant can reproduce both sexually and asexually, providing flexibility in adapting environment condition. Overall, the diversity in reproductive strategy reflect the evolutionary adaptation that have enabled organisms thrive and perpetuate their species in a variety of ecological niches. According to this paragraph, First question is, what is the primary difference between sexual and asexual reproduction? First option, sexual reproduction involves fusion of gamete, that is right. Asexual reproduction does not. Asexual reproduction does not. Mean to say fusion does not. So that is right. Sexual and asexual. Asexual reproduction involves fusion of gamete. Wrong. Sexual reproduction occur only in plant. That is wrong. And asexual reproduction produce genetically diverse offspring. Sexually reproduction produce genetically identical. Wrong. So option A is the right answer for this question. Next question is, what is an advantage of sexual reproduction over asexual reproduction? Two different gametes fuse in sexual reproduction from different parent. So, formed organism, new organism show variation, genetically variation. So according to question, what is an advantage of sexual reproduction over asexual reproduction? It requires less energy. That is wrong. It produces offspring more rapidly. Wrong. It results genetic diversity. It ensures survival a stable environment. Wrong. Option C, genetic diversity, is right answer for this question. These are the all solution for class 10th biology. And for more updates, subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to paper solution of class 10th mathematics. Our first question is, the greatest number will divide 290, 460, 552, leaving respectively 546 as remainder. It means the number will divide 290 minus 4, 286, 460 minus 5, that is 455, and 552 minus 6, that is 546. So we will find the HCF of this number, that is 13. It means it will be divisible by 13, and the largest number that will divide this number and leave the remainder 456, that is 13. Our second question, the sum of two numbers and the difference of their square both are 10. Sum of two numbers, just assume x plus y equal to 10 such that x is greater than y, and difference of their square, x square minus y square, is 10 also. Okay, so from here you will get y equal to 10 minus x and put in this equation, so you will get x square minus 10 minus x whole square equal 10. After simplification you will get 20x equal to 110, so x equal to 11 upon 2, that means x equal to 5 and 1 by 2, and the larger number is x, so value of x is 5 and 1 by 2. Option D will be the correct answer. Our next question is, a quadratic polynomial is exactly divisible by x plus 1 and x plus 2. It is a quadratic polynomial that is exactly divisible by x plus 1 and x plus 2. So it will be k into x plus 1 and x plus 2. That is the polynomial, and leaves remainder 4 after divisible by x plus 3. So the remainder p of minus 3 equal to 4. So k into minus 3 plus 1 multiply minus 3 plus 2 equal 4. That is k multiply minus 2 to minus 1 equal 4. So value of k equal 2. So put k equal 2 here. So you will get px equal 2 multiply x plus 1 multiply x plus 2. After simplification you will get 2 into x square plus 3x plus 2. So with the simplifying, 2x square plus 6x plus 4. So our answer is 2x square plus 6x plus 4. Option B will be the correct answer. Our next question is, if x square minus 3x plus 2 is factor of x raised to power 4 minus px square plus q, then the value of p and q are respectively. So if x square minus 3x plus 2 is factor, it means by factorization of these you will get x minus 1, x minus 2 also factor of this polynomial. it means if px equal to x raised to power 4 minus px square plus q, then p of 1 equal p of 2 equal 0. Why? Because these are also factors. So find p1, that is 1 minus p plus q equal 0, and p2 equal 16 minus 4p plus q equal 0. Okay, now simplify this equation. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2, subtract 2 from 1, so you will get minus plus minus cancel out, you will get minus 15 plus 3p equal 0, so value of p equal 5. So put p equal 5 in equation 1, so you will get 1 minus 5 plus q equal 0, so q equal 4. So value of p and q are respectively 5, 4, 5, 4. Option C will be the correct answer. Our next question is, for what value of k the system of equations kx plus 3y equal k minus 3 and 12x plus ky equal k has infinite many solutions. Infinite many solutions means the ratio of their coefficient will be the equal. So a1 upon a2 equal b1 upon b2 equal c1 upon c2. So from here you will get k upon 12 equal 3 upon k equal k minus 3 upon k. So from this you will get k square equal to 36. So value of k equal to plus minus 6. Okay, and from these you will get k multiply k minus 6 equal 0. So you will get k equal 0 or k equal 6. So from both sides we will get k should equal 6. So the value of k equals 6. Option C will be the correct answer. Next question, a man has 170 currency note in all, some of which are of 100 and some of are of 50 denomination. The total amount of these currency was 10,000. How much amount did he have in the denomination of 50 rupees? So it means total notes, just assume 50 rupees notes are X and 100 rupees notes are Y. So X plus Y equal to 170. Okay, total notes are 170 and total currency, that is 50X plus 100Y equal 10,000. So you will get X plus 2Y equal 200, and now we have to find denomination of 50 amount, so we will find X, so it means eliminate Y. So multiply this equation by 2, you will get 2x plus 2y equal 340, that is equation 3. Subtract 3 from 2, so you will get minus x equal to 1 minus 140, x equal to 140. So amount of 50 rupees denomination will be the 50x, that is 7,000 rupees. So our correct answer is 7,000 rupees. Option C will be the correct answer. Our next question is 1 degree equal in radians. So we know that pi radian equal to 180 degree. It means 1 degree equal to pi upon 180, and value of pi will be the 22 upon 7 into 180, or we can say 3.14 upon 180. After simplification you will get approximate value, you will get 0.0175, and option D will be the correct answer. Next question is, for right angle triangle ABC, sin square A plus sin square B plus sin square C. In a right angle triangle ABC, just assume it is a right angle at B. So sin square A plus sin square B plus sin square C. We have to find the value of sin B, sin 90, that is 1. It means the value of sin square B equal to 1, and 1 plus sine square A plus sine square C. We know that A plus C equal 90 degree in right angle triangle. It means C equal to 90 minus A. So here you will get 1 plus sine square A plus sine square 90 minus A, that is cos square A. So 1 plus sine square A plus cos square A, that is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So our correct answer is option A, 2. Next question, a vertical pole of height 10 meters stand on a corner of a rectangular field. Just assume there is a rectangular field A, B, C, D. Okay. And at a corner, a pole is standing which height is 10 meter. So the angle of elevation of the top from the farthest point is 30 degree. So from here, this is the farthest point and the angle of elevation, that is 30 degree. Okay. So from here, just assume this is point E. So EC upon AC equal to tan 30 degree, that is 1 upon root 3 equal tan upon AC. So AC equal tan root 3. And while that from another corner is 60 degree, just assume this is the another corner and that is 60 degree. So you will get EC upon DC equal tan 60 degree, that is tan upon DC equal root 3. So DC equal tan upon root 3. It means one of the diagonal is tan root 3 and one of the side of rectangle is tan upon root 3. And we have to find the area of this rectangle. So how you will get? First of all, find the another side of rectangle using the Pythagoras theorem. So by applying Pythagoras theorem, the another side AD equal BC, one of these you can take, that will be root of tan root 3 square minus tan upon root 3 square. So you will get 300 minus 100 upon 3 root. So that is 800 upon 3 square root. So you will get 20 root 2 upon root 3. It is the another side of rectangle. So area of rectangle is length into breadth, that is 10 upon root 3 multiply 20 root 2 upon root 3, that is 200 root 2 upon 3, that is 200 root 2 upon 3. Option A will be the correct answer. Next question, the ratio in which the line segment joining 3, 4 and minus 1, 2 is divided by y-axis. It means x coordinate is 0. So the ratio will be m1 upon m2 equal 3 minus 0 upon 0 minus of minus 1, that is 0 plus 1, that is 3 upon 1. So ratio is 3:1. Option B will be the correct answer. Next, find the centroid of the triangle whose vertices are. So formula of the centroid of the triangle is x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. So that will be the 2 upon 3 comma 1 upon 3. So our option A will be the correct answer. Next question is, alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square minus 3x plus 2, then the equation of whose roots are alpha plus 1 and beta plus 1. If alpha comma beta are roots of this equation, it means alpha plus beta equal 3 and alpha dot beta equal 2. So we have to find the equation whose roots are alpha plus 1 and beta plus 1. So the equation will be the x square minus sum of roots, that is alpha plus beta plus 2, alpha plus 1 plus beta plus 1, alpha plus beta plus 2 of x plus product of roots alpha plus 1 multiply beta plus 1 equal 0. Okay, so it will be the x square minus alpha plus beta plus 2 of x plus, that is 1 plus alpha dot beta plus alpha plus beta equal 0. So from here you will get x square minus alpha plus beta, that is 3 plus 2, that is 5 of x plus 1 plus alpha dot beta, that is 2 plus alpha plus beta, that is 3 equal 0. So you will get x square minus 5x plus 6 equal 0. So our equation is x square minus 5x plus 6 equal 0. Option D will be the correct answer. Our next question is, one of the root of the quadratic equation is 3 minus root 2. Then which of the following is that equation? One root is 3 minus root 2. It means another root is 3 plus root 2 definitely. So sum of roots alpha plus beta, that is 6, and product of its root, that is 3 square minus 2, that is 9, minus 2 7. So our equation is x square minus alpha plus beta of x plus alpha beta equal 0. So it will be the x square minus 6x plus 7 equal 0. X square minus 6x plus 7 equal 0. Option D will be the correct answer. Okay, question number 34. Ajay started work in 1995 at annual salary of 5,000 rupees, received an increment of 200 rupees each year. In which year did his income reach 7,000? So at starting his income was 5,000 and its increment was 200 rupees each year, and at last his salary become 7,000. So we have to find in which year it's become 7,000. So we have to find n. So formula of n equal to an minus a upon d plus 1. An equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. From here this will we get 7,000 minus 5,000, that is 2,000 upon 200 plus 1, that is 10 plus 1 11. In 11th year he will get 7,000. So option B will be the correct answer. Next question, the 18 term of AP exceed is 12 term by 12. It means A18 equal to A12 plus 12. Okay, it means A plus 17D equal A plus 11D plus 12. From A to A cancel out, so you will get 6D equal 12. So our common difference is 2. So common difference is 2. Option B will be the correct answer. Our next question, an electric pole 30 meter long cast a 25 meter long shadow on ground. A pole whose height is 30 meter and its shadow is 25 meter. At a same time a tower cast 70 meter shadow on the ground. Determine the height of the tower. We have to find height of the tower. So it means when the shadow casts, the angle will be the same. It means these triangle will be similar. It means 30 upon 25 equal k upon 70. So k equal to 70 into 30 upon 25. You will get 100 upon 25, that is 84 meter. So the height of the tower will be the 84 meter. Option A will be the correct answer. Question number 37. Sum of first and term of AP is given by Asan, where A is first term and D is common difference. Arrange them step in sequential order. So first of all we have to find the sum of n term. So Asan can be written as A1 plus A2 plus A3, okay, plus AN. So Sn equal to sum of AR, R equal to 1 to n. So now AR can be written as A plus R minus 1 into D. Sum of R equal to 1 to n. So it will be the sum of R equal 1 to n, A plus sum of R equal 1 to n, R minus 1 into d, because d is constant. So that is na plus sum of r equal to 1 to n of r minus 1 term. It is nn plus 1 by 2 formula is there, and from it is r equal to 1 to n, so you will get n minus 1 upon 2 into d. So when you take common n by 2, so you will get 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So this is n. So our first step is r, and the second step is p, and the third step is q, and the fourth step is s, and the fifth step is t. So r, p, q, s, t. R, p, q, s, t. Option A will be the correct answer. Okay, next question. Question number 38. Arrange in sequential order to step followed in rationalizing the denominator of 6 upon root 5 plus root 2. So what is the first step? You will multiply with root 5 minus root 2 upon root 5 minus root 2. So you will get 6 multiply root 5 minus root 2. It is a plus b, a minus b. So you will get a square minus b square, that is root 5 square minus root 2 square. So after simplification you will get 6 multiply root 5 minus root 2 upon 3, and it will cut by 2 times, so it will 2 multiply root 5 minus root 2. Okay, so our first step is q, second step is s, third step is p, and fourth step is r. So it will q, s, p, r. Q, s, p, r. Option B will be the correct answer. Okay, question number 39. Assertion: if two triangles have same perimeter, then they are similar. Reason: under a given corresponds there the three sides of a one triangle are equal to three sides of another triangle, then these triangles are similar. Yes, if three sides of one triangle are equal to three sides of another triangle, they are similar as well as they are congruent. So this will be true. But assertion, if two triangles have same perimeter, then they are similar, it is not correct. So our reason is true, but assertion is not correct. Reason is true, but assertion is not correct. That is option D. Assertion is false and reason is true. Question number 40. Assertion: the points 3, 2, 0, 5, minus 3, 2 and 0, 1 are vertices of a square. Reason: a square has equal sides and equal diagonal. Okay, so reason is correct. A square has equal sides and equal diagonal. Now we have to check it is a square or not. So it is A, it is B, it is C, and it is D. Then distance between A and B, that is 3 minus 0 whole square, that is 9 plus 5 minus 2, that is 9. So it will be the 3 root 2. Similarly BC, 9 plus 9, that is 3 root 2. CD, that is 9 plus 9, that is 3 root 2. And similarly AD equal to 9 plus 9, 3 root 2. All sides are same. Now check the diagonal. AC equal root 3 minus 3, that is 6 square, 36 plus 2 minus 2, 0. So it will 6, and BD equal 0 minus 0, 0, and 5 of minus 1, that is 6 square, that is 36. So it is also 6. So all sides have equal length and diagonals are equal. So yes, it is a square. So both assertion and reason are correct, and it is the correct explanation of assertion. So option A will be the correct answer. Our next question: which of the following statement is true or false? First, if the polynomial px divided by ax minus b, then its remainder is p of minus b by a. If it is divided by ax minus b, put equal to 0. So from here the value of x equal b upon a. So p of b upon a will be the 0, not p of minus b by a. So this is false. Second, a polynomial of degree n can have up to n minus 1 turning point. Yes, it is correct. It may have n minus 1 turning point. So this one is true. Third, for any polynomial, degree of remainder is less than degree of quotient. No, it is not necessary. Degree of remainder should be less than degree of divisor, not less than degree of quotient. So it is also false. Fourth one, if x square minus 1 is factor of a x raised to power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e, then a plus c plus e equal to b plus d. Okay, if x square minus 1 is factor, it means x plus 1 and x minus 1 will also factor of this one. It means when you find p of 1, you will get a plus b plus c plus d plus e. It will equal to 0. And p of minus 1, that is a minus b plus c minus d plus e, it is also equal to 0. Now add this equation, you will get a plus c plus e equal to 0, and by subtract 2 from 1 you will get b plus d equal to 0. So from these two equation you will get a plus c plus e equal to b plus d. A plus c plus e equal to b plus d. Yes, fourth one is true. So our correct answer is FT. Option B will be the correct answer. Next question number 42. Which of the following statement is a true or false? First, area of two similar triangles are in ratio of square of any two sides of triangle. No, it will be in the ratio of square of corresponding sides of triangle. So first one is false. Second, two triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are equal. Yes, it is a similarity rule. So if corresponding angles are equal, then triangle are similar. So second one is true. Third one, vertical angle bisector theorem is application of BPT theorem. Yes, vertical angle bisector theorem is application of BPT theorem. It is also true. Fourth, in triangle ABC, if DE parallel BC, such that D and E lies on AB and AC respectively, then DE equal half of BC. It is not necessary that DE equal half of BC. It will possible if and only if D and E are midpoint of AB and AC respectively. So this one is false. So our correct answer is FTTF. Option D will be the correct answer. Next question. First, in an AP, an plus 1 minus an is independent of n and not a constant. So an plus 1 will be the a plus nd, and an is a plus n minus 1 into d, and that difference, that will be the d. Yani an plus 1 minus an equal to d. So it's independent of n. Yes, is it independent of n? It's not a constant. D, common difference is always a constant in an MP. So it means this one is false. Second, a sequence and a progression are same as they both contain a group of number. No, every progression is a sequence, but every sequence is not a progression. Every sequence contains a logical concept, but every progression has particular formula. So second one is false. Third, if A, B and C are in AP, then A minus B, B minus C, C minus A also in AP. We can solve using one example. Just assume A equal 1, B equal 2, C equal 3. So they are in AP. Now A minus B. So A minus B equal to minus 1. B minus C equal to minus 1. C minus A equal to 2. So are they in AP? The difference of these one is 0, but the difference of these one is 3. So D1 is not equal to D2. It means A minus B, B minus C and C minus A are not in AP. So third one is false. Fourth one, in an AP, if P term is Q and P plus Q term is 0, then Q term is P. Okay. it is saying P term is Q. It means AP equal Q. And the P plus Q term is 0. A P plus Q equals 0. It means A plus P minus 1 into D equal Q, and A plus P plus Q minus 1 into D equals 0. So when you subtract equation 2 from equation 1, you will get D equal to minus 1. Okay, put D equal to minus 1 in equation first. So you will get A plus P minus 1 of minus 1 equal to Q. So from here you will get A equal Q plus P minus 1. Now put value of A in AQ. So AQ equal A plus Q minus 1 into D. So AQ value of A, Q plus P of minus 1 plus Q minus 1 into value of D minus 1. So you will get AQ equal Q plus P minus 1 minus Q plus 1. Q to Q cancel out, 1 to 1. So AQ equal P. So AQ equally P means Q term is P. So this one is true. So our answer is FFFT. FFFT. Option C will be the correct answer. Next question, match column first and column second and select the correct answer. P 1 upon 7 of 3x plus y equal 1 upon 5 of 2x plus y plus 1, and other equation is 8 minus 1 upon 5 x minus y equal 6. Okay, so first of all we will simplify it. So we will get by the cross multiplication 15x plus 5y equal 14x plus 7y plus 7. After simplification you will get x minus 2y equal 7. Okay, and from second one you will get 40 minus x minus y equal 30. It means x minus y equal 10, equation 2. So subtract equation 2 from equation 1 and you will get minus y equal minus 3. So value of y equal 3. Put value of y equal 3 in equation 2 and you will get x equal to 13. So our correct answer is 13,3. 13,3. Option 4 will be the correct answer for P. Q y into 3 plus x equal x into 7 plus y. So from here you will get 3y equal 7x. So y equal to 7 upon 3x, and from second equation you will get 4x minus 5y equal to minus 23. So 4x minus 7 upon 3x into 5 equal to minus 23. So you will get 4 3 are 12x minus 35x equal to minus 69. You will get minus 23x equal to minus 69 and value of x equal to 3. So put value of x equal to 3. So you will get y equal to 7. So Q's correct answer is x equal to 3, y equal to 7, x equal to 3, y equal to 7, option 3. R x upon 3 minus 2 upon y equal to 1. So you will get xy minus 6 equal to 3y, equation 1, and from second part you will get xy plus 12 equal to 12y. Okay, so subtract equation 2 from 1 and you will get minus 18 equal to minus 9y. So y you will get 2. So put y equal to 2 in an equation, you will get x into 2 minus 6 equal 6. So 2x equal 12, value of x equal 6. So ours correct answer is second, x equal 6 and y equal 2. Now as 5x minus 8y equal to 14, 5x minus 8y equal to 14 and 2x plus 3y equal to 10. 2x plus 3y equal 10. So multiply equation 1 with 2 and equation 2 with 5. So you will get 10x minus 16y equal to 28. 10x plus 15y equal to 50. By subtraction you will get minus 31y equal to minus 22y equal to 22 upon 31. So y equal to 22 upon 31. Put in this equation, you will get 2x plus 3 into 22 upon 31 equal 10. 2x equal, after simplification you will get 244 upon 31. So x equal to 122 upon 31. So value of S, solution of S will be x equal 122 upon 31, comma y equal to 22 upon 31. So correct answer is 4, 3, 2, 1. Option B will be the correct answer. Question number 45. Match column first and column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. If alpha and beta are the roots of x square minus 2x plus 3 equal to 0, then if alpha and beta are roots, then alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a means 2 and alpha dot beta equal to c by a, that is 3. So first alpha beta square plus alpha square beta plus alpha beta. So take alpha beta common from here, so you will get beta plus alpha plus 1. So that is alpha beta 3 into alpha plus beta 2 plus 1. So you will get 9. So P's correct answer is 4, 9. Now Q 1 upon alpha square plus 1 upon beta square. So it will be the alpha square plus beta square upon alpha beta whole square. After simplification, alpha square plus beta square, you can write alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta upon alpha beta whole square. That is alpha plus beta whole square, that is 4 minus 2 into alpha dot beta 3 upon alpha beta whole square, that is 9. So 4 minus 6, that is minus 2 upon 9, minus 2 upon 9. First will be the correct answer for Q. R, alpha square upon beta plus beta square upon alpha. So it will be the alpha cube plus beta cube upon alpha beta. So it will be the alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta upon alpha beta. Okay, alpha plus beta whole cube, that is 2's cube is 8 minus 3 into alpha dot beta 3 into 2 upon alpha dot beta 3, that is 8 minus 18 upon 3, that is minus 10 upon 3. So our answer is option 2, minus 10 upon 3. As 1 upon alpha cube plus 1 upon beta cube, that is alpha cube plus beta cube upon alpha dot beta whole cube. Alpha cube plus beta cube, that is minus 10, and alpha dot beta whole cube, that is 3 power 3, 27, that is minus 10 upon 27. So S correct answer is 3. So P's correct answer is 4, Q's correct answer is first, R's correct answer is second, and S correct answer is third. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Option B will be the correct answer. Okay, next question, match column first and column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. P, tan 26 upon cot 64. So tan 26 degree upon cot 64, we can write 90 minus 26. Okay, so that can be written as tan 26 degree upon tan 26. Cot 90 minus theta equal to tan theta. So that will be the 1. So P's correct answer is option second, 1. Sin 48 sec 42, cos 48, cosec 42. So it will be the sin 48 into sec 42 can be written as cosec 48 sec 90 minus theta equal to cosec theta plus cos 48 multiply cosec 42 can be written as sec 48. So this one is 1 and this one is also 1. So 1 plus 1 equal 2. So Q's correct answer is option 3, 2. R 4 cot square 45 means 1 square minus sec square 60, that is 2 square plus sin square 60 degree, that is root 3 upon 2 square plus cos square 90 degree 0. So it will 4 minus 4 plus 3 upon 4, that will be 3 upon 4. So R's correct answer is first 3 upon 4 as 1 minus sin theta upon 1 plus sin theta minus sec theta minus tan theta whole square. Okay, so 1 minus sin theta upon 1 plus sin theta we will multiply and divide with 1 minus sin theta, and this one is as it is. So it will 1 minus sin theta whole square upon 1 square minus sin square theta, that will be the cos square theta minus this one is as it is. So it will 1 minus sin theta upon cos theta whole square minus sec theta minus tan theta whole square. It will sec theta minus tan theta whole square minus sec theta minus tan theta whole square. It will cancel out, so we will get 0. So P's answer is second 1, Q's answer is third 2, R's answer is first 3 upon 4 and S answer is 4, 0. So correct answer is 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4. Option D will be the correct answer. Now next, if A, B root a square minus b are positive rational number and root b is a suits, then root a plus 2 root b equal to root x plus root y, where x equal a plus root a square minus b upon 2 and y equal a minus root a square minus 6 upon 2. Question number 47, root 5 minus 2 root 6. So root 5 can be written as 2 plus 3 minus 2 of root 6, that is root 2 square plus root 3 square minus 2 into root 2 into root 3. So it will be the root 3 minus root 2 whole square. So you will get root 3 minus root 2, root 3 minus root 2. Option C is the correct answer. Now next, root 13 plus root 120. So you will get 10 plus 3 plus root 120. So you can write root of 10 square plus root of 3 square plus 2 into root of 10 into root of 3. So you will get, when you solve it out, you will get root 120. So it will be the root of root 10 plus root 3 whole square, and after simplification you will get root 10 plus root 3. So our answer is option B, root 10 plus root 3. Our next question, the angle of elevation of a jet plane from a point A on the ground is 60 degree. It is 60 degree, and after flight 15 seconds the angle of elevation changed to the 30 degree. After flying 15 seconds it changed to 30 degree. The jet plane flying at constant height 1500 root 3 meter. First find distance travel in 15 seconds. Okay, so we have to find this distance. this is also 1500 root 3. So according to trigonometry, tan theta equal to 1500 root 3 upon base. So that is tan third 60 degree. So you will get root 3 equal 1500 root 3 upon base. So base equal 1500 meter. Okay. After that, after 15 second, that is tan 30 degree equal to 1500 root 3 upon, that is base. So it will base will be the 4500 meter. So how much traveled in 15 second? That is 4500 minus 1500 equal to 300 meters. So option B will be the correct answer. Next question, find the speed of the jet in kilometer per hour. It traveled distance 300 meter in 15 seconds. So its speed is distance upon time, meter per second, that is 200 meter per second. Now it is in kilometer per hour, so meter to kilometer divide by 1000 and second to hour multiply by 3600. So you will get 720 kilometer per hour. Our answer is 720 kilometer per hour. Option A will be the correct answer. आई होप आपका एग्जाम बहुत अच्छा रहा होगा और मैट्रिक्स ओलंपियाड से रिलेटेड और मैट्रिक्स से रिलेटेड कोई भी जो आपकी अपडेट है वो हमारे सारे सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट्स पर अवेलेबल है। इसी के साथ आप हमारा व्हाट्सअप चैनल ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं जिसका लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में गिवन है, वहाँ पर इससे रिलेटेड सारे अपडेट्स मिलते हैं। इसके अलावा जो क्वेश्चन पेपर से रिलेटेड क्वेरी है वो आप एमएफ की वेबसाइट पर जाकर लॉगिन करके आस्क क्वेरी कॉलम में जाकर अपनी क्वेरी पूछ सकते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच।
Hello student, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. We are here to discuss the solution of Matrix Olympiad paper of class 10th reasoning conducted on 13 October 2024. Hope you performed very well. So let's get started. So question number 51. Look at this series. So series is 0, 3, 12, 30. After 30 next is missing. After missing next is 105. After 105 next is 168. So first find the difference between the numbers. So 0 to 3 it means plus 3. 3 to 12 it means plus 9. 9 to 13, 9 to 30 it means plus 18. Next is missing. After next is missing. Now 105 to 168 it means plus 63. So find the difference between the numbers again. फिर से डिफरेंस का डिफरेंस फाइंड करेंगे. 3 to 9 it means plus 6. 9 to 18 it means plus 9. Now next is plus 6 plus 9 plus 12. After plus 12 next is plus 15. After 15 next is plus 18. ये पैटर्न अगर फॉलो हो सकता है तो चेक करेंगे. So 3 to 9 okay 18 plus 3 plus 6 it means 9. 9 plus 9 it means 18. 18 plus 12 it means 30. Now 30 plus 15 it means 45. Now 45 plus 18 it means 63. Yes, ये वर्क करेगा. So देखना 30 plus 30 it means 60. So missing number is 60. So here option A is the correct answer of this question. So now next question is question number 52. Look at this series K, E, M, I, D, L, G, C, K, and after G, C, K next is missing. After missing next is C, A, I. So in this series, find the term which come in the place of question mark. So in this series, taking first alphabet of each term. So first alphabet of first term is K. First alphabet of second term is I. First alphabet of third term is G. After G next is missing. Now next. First alphabet of the next term is C. So place value of K is 11. Place value of I is 9. Place value of G is 7. Place value of C is 3. So pattern is 11 minus 2, 9. 9 minus 2, 7. 7 minus 2 it means 5. So 5 it means E, because place value of E in English alphabet is 5. So first alphabet of the missing term is E. Now taking second alphabet of each term. So second alphabet of first term is E, second alphabet of second term is D, second alphabet of third term is C. After C next is missing. After missing next second alphabet is A. So place value of E is 5, place value of D is 4, place value of C is 3, and place value of A is 1. So pattern is 5, 4, 3, next is 2. So it means B, because place value of B in English alphabet is 2. So E, B. So second alphabet of missing term is B. Now taking third alphabet of each term. So third alphabet of first term is M, third alphabet of second term is L, third alphabet of third term is K. After K next is missing. Now third alphabet of the next term is I. So M means 13, L means 12, K means 11, I means 9. So pattern is 13, 12, 11, next is 10. So 10 it means J, because missing. So place value of J in English alphabet is 10. So third alphabet of the missing term is J. So E, B, J is the missing term of the given series. So here option E, B, J. Option D is the correct answer of this question. So next question is question number 53. If the south becomes northeast, northeast becomes west, and so on, what will the northeast becomes? Before starting this question, we should know that there are 4 types of main direction. This is north, this is east, this is south, and this is west. And there are 4 types of cardinal direction. This is northeast, this is southeast, this is southwest, and this is northwest. Now according to question, change the direction. So south becomes, so साउथ कहाँ है? साउथ ये वाली. सो ये वाली डायरेक्शन नाउ साउथ बिकम्स नॉर्थ ईस्ट. साउथ ये वाली डायरेक्शन नॉर्थ ईस्ट हो जाएगा. अब ये वाली डायरेक्शन नॉर्थ ईस्ट हो गया. ओके, नाउ नॉर्थ ईस्ट, और नॉर्थ ईस्ट जो था नॉर्थ ईस्ट ये वाली. सो ये वाली डायरेक्शन नॉर्थ ईस्ट बिकम्स वेस्ट. सो ये वाली डायरेक्शन क्या हो जाएगा? वेस्ट हो जाएगा. तो ये वाली डायरेक्शन वेस्ट हो जाएगा. सो ये वाली डायरेक्शन वेस्ट है, तो ये वाली डायरेक्शन ईस्ट, ये वाली डायरेक्शन ईस्ट हो जाएगी, और ये वाली डायरेक्शन हो जाएगी एंड नॉर्थ हो जाएगा, और ये हो जाएगा साउथ. सो क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट विल बी द नॉर्थ वेस्ट. नॉर्थ वेस्ट कहाँ है? ये वाला. सो ये नॉर्थ वेस्ट क्या बन गया? साउथ बन गया. नाउ नॉर्थ वेस्ट बिकम्स साउथ. सो ये नॉर्थ वेस्ट यहाँ था, तो ये नॉर्थ वेस्ट अब क्या बन गया? साउथ बन गया. सो हेयर ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. सो नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 54. A man is performing yoga with his head down and legs up. His face is towards the west. In which direction will his left hand be? So ये मैन, और इस मैन का हेड डाउन है और लेग्स अप है, एंड फेस ऑफ द मैन टूवर्ड्स वेस्ट डायरेक्शन. वेस्ट डायरेक्शन में मैन का फेस है. अगर लेग्स अप हैं और हेड डाउन है और वेस्ट डायरेक्शन में फेस होता है, तो जो राइट हैंड होता है, राइट हैंड की डायरेक्शन होती है साउथ डायरेक्शन, और लेफ्ट हैंड की डायरेक्शन होती है नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन. सो क्वेश्चन इज इन विच डायरेक्शन विल हिज लेफ्ट हैंड बी. सो उसका लेफ्ट हैंड कौन सी डायरेक्शन में होगा? नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन में होगा. सो हेयर ऑप्शन ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 55. 5 फ्रेंड्स आर A, B, C, D and E. A is shorter than B but taller than E. C is tallest. D is slightly shorter than B and taller than A. If they are standing in the order of their heights, who will be in the middle? So according to question, A is shorter than B. A is shorter than B but taller than E. But A is taller than E. A E से बड़ा है but B से छोटा है. Now C is taller. C सबसे बड़ा है. C सबसे बड़ा है. Now D is slightly shorter than B but taller than A. D B से छोटा है but A से बड़ा है. If they are standing in the ऑर्डर ऑफ देयर हाइट्स, उनके हाइट्स का ऑर्डर ये हो गया. इस ऑर्डर में वो खड़े हैं. नाउ हु विल बी इन द मिडिल? सो मिडिल में कौन होगा? सो मिडिल में होगा बी. सो हेयर ऑप्शन डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. Next question is question number 56. In the following series, how many times 7, 8 and 9 appear together when 7 is in middle? So 7, 8 and 9 appear together. It means आपके पास and 7 is in middle. So it means हो गया आपके पास 8, 7, 9 या फिर 9, 7, 8 होना चाहिए, बिकॉज 7 मिडिल में होना चाहिए और 7, 8, 9 एक साथ भी होने चाहिए और 7 मिडिल में भी होना चाहिए. तो नंबर्स 8, 7, 9 या 9, 7, 8 होना चाहिए जो आपकी सीरीज में काउंट करने हैं और कितने टाइम है ये आपको काउंट करने हैं. सो 8, 7, 9 इसमें 7 मिडिल में है तो एक टाइम फर्स्ट टाइम काउंट हो जाएगा. 7, 8, 9 बट इसमें 7 मिडिल में नहीं है. 7, 8, 9 एक साथ तो है बट 7 मिडिल में नहीं है तो ये काउंट नहीं होगा. सो नाउ नेक्स्ट इज 9, 7, 8. इसमें 9, 7, 8 एक साथ है. 9, 8 और 7 एक साथ है और 7 मिडिल में भी है. नेक्स्ट में देखना 9, 8, 9, 7 बट इसमें 9 मिडिल में नहीं है तो ये काउंट नहीं होगा. तो कितने टाइम हुआ ऐसा? तो ऐसे 2 टाइम है जिसमें 8, 9 एंड 7 एक साथ हैं और 7 मिडिल के अंदर है. सो ये 2 टाइम्स. सो हेयर ऑप्शन सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. सो नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 57. गिवन दैट ACT डिवाइडेड बाई 80, ACT डिवाइडेड बाई 80 इज इक्वल्स टू 11. Find out which of the following numbers does not stand for CAT to fulfill the above equations. So now according to option A, 2, 4, 6 does not stand for CAT. So अगर इनमें कंपेयर करते हैं तो वैल्यू ऑफ A is 4, वैल्यू ऑफ C is 2 and वैल्यू ऑफ T is 6. So value of C is 2, value of A is 4, value of T is 6. So ACT डिवाइडेड बाई 80 को फुलफिल करते हैं क्या? देखना ACT डिवाइडेड बाई 80. सो नाउ वैल्यू ऑफ A इज 4, वैल्यू ऑफ A इज 4, वैल्यू ऑफ C इज 2 एंड वैल्यू ऑफ T इज 6 डिवाइडेड बाई वैल्यू ऑफ A इज 4, वैल्यू ऑफ T इज 6. सो 4 to 6 divided by 46 is not equals to 11. So now according to option B, 615, C value of CAT, 4 stand for value of CAT. So value of A is 1, value of C is 6 and value of T is 5. So ACT divided by 80 की is equals to 11 है क्या? चेक करेंगे. So value of A is 1, value of C is 6 and value of T is 5 divided by value of A is 1, value of T is 5. So 165 divided by 15 it means is equals to 11. So ये वैल्यू इस CAT को फुलफिल कर रहा है. एज 6 ऑप्शन सी चेक करते हैं. 624 सो स्टैंड्स फॉर CAT. सो वैल्यू ऑफ A is 2, वैल्यू ऑफ C is 6 एंड वैल्यू ऑफ T is 4. सो ACT डिवाइडेड बाई 80 इज इक्वल्स टू 11 को फुलफिल कर रहा है क्या? सो AC वैल्यू ऑफ A is 2, वैल्यू ऑफ C is 6, वैल्यू ऑफ T is 4. 264 डिवाइडेड बाई वैल्यू ऑफ A is 2, वैल्यू ऑफ T is 4. 264 divided by 24 it means value of this is equals to 11. so ये value भी इसको fulfill कर रहा है. and now next is option D. according to option D, 835 stands for CAT. so value of C is 8, value of A is 3, value of T is 5. so ये ACT divided by 80 is equals to 11 को फुलफिल कर रहा है क्या? सो वैल्यू ऑफ A is 3, वैल्यू ऑफ C is 8, वैल्यू ऑफ T is 5. 385 डिवाइडेड बाई वैल्यू ऑफ A is 3, वैल्यू ऑफ T is 5 is equals to 11. यस ऑप्शन डी ये वाली वैल्यू ACAT को फुलफिल कर रहा है. सो ऑप्शन ए है ऐसा जो ACAT को फुलफिल नहीं कर रहा है. सो हेयर ऑप्शन ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. So now next question is question number 58. If A plus B is equals to 2C, A plus B is equals to 2C. This is equation first. Now C plus D is equals to 2A. दिस इज इक्वेशन 2। दोनों इक्वेशंस को ऐड करके चेक करते हैं इनकी वैल्यू क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज हो सकती हैं। सो एडिंग इक्वेशन 1 एंड इक्वेशन 2। सो a प्लस b प्लस c प्लस d इज इक्वल्स टू 2c प्लस 2a, 2c प्लस 2a। सो a प्लस b प्लस c प्लस d इज इक्वल्स टू 2c, इट मीन्स c प्लस c प्लस 2a, इट मीन्स a प्लस a। सो एक c से एक c कैंसिल, एक a से एक a कैंसिल, सो बच जाएगा b प्लस d इधर तो, और इधर हो जाएगा c प्लस a, b प्लस d प्लस c प्लस a, b प्लस d प्लस c प्लस a। इट मीन्स ऑप्शन a इज द करेक्ट आंसर of this question. Question number 59. In the Olympic Games, the flag of 6 nations were flown on the masts in the following way. The flag of America was to the left of Indian triangular and to the right of the flag of France. So, अगर डायरेक्शन गिवन नहीं हो तो डायरेक्शन नॉर्थ की तरफ काउंट करते हैं, तो ये वाली डायरेक्शन लेफ्ट हो जाएगी और ये वाली डायरेक्शन राइट हो जाएगी। सो इंडिया के लेफ्ट डायरेक्शन में अमेरिका का फ्लैग है एंड इज टू द राइट ऑफ द फ्लैग ऑफ फ्रांस। अमेरिका का फ्लैग फ्रांस के राइट में, तो ये राइट फ्रांस का राइट हो जाएगा। फ्रांस के राइट डायरेक्शन में भी अमेरिका का फ्लैग है। द फ्लैग ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया वॉज टू द राइट ऑफ इंडियन फ्लैग, इंडियन फ्लैग के राइट, तो ये राइट हो जाएगा इंडियन फ्लैग के, और इसके राइट में ऑस्ट्रेलिया का फ्लैग है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का फ्लैग है। नाउ बट वॉज टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ फ्लैग ऑफ जापान, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का जो फ्लैग है वो जापान के लेफ्ट में, तो यहाँ पे हो जाएगा जापान। नाउ विच वॉज द लेफ्ट ऑफ द फ्लैग ऑफ चाइना, जो कि जापान किसके लेफ्ट में है, जापान का जो फ्लैग है वो चाइना के लेफ्ट डायरेक्शन में है, चाइना के लेफ्ट, तो चाइना का लेफ्ट इस डायरेक्शन में हो जाएगा, तो उसके लेफ्ट डायरेक्शन में जापान। सो सीक्वेंस हो जाएगा फ्रांस, अमेरिका, इंडिया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, जापान एंड चाइना। सो नाउ क्वेश्चन इज, सो विच टू कंट्रीज हुज फ्लैग आर इन द सेंटर, किस दो कंट्री के फ्लैग सेंटर में होंगे। सो इंडिया एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया के फ्लैग इस सेंटर में होंगे। सो हेयर ऑप्शन ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन। सो नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. So next question is question number 60. The question below consists of a question and two statements number 1 and 2. You should decide whether the data provided in the statements is sufficient to answer the question. Read both the statements and give an answer. So question is, what day is the 14th day of a month? Find the 14th day of the month. So question is, find the 14th day of the month. 14th day बताना है उस month का. So now we have two statements. So according to statement first taking both statements separately, दोनों ही statement को अलग लेना है. So now according to statement first, the last day of the month is a Wednesday. So last day of the month is equals to Wednesday. सो लास्ट ऑफ द मंथ वेंसडे है, मे भी हो सकता है उस मंथ के अंदर 31 डेज हो, मे भी हो सकता है 30 डेज हो, मे भी हो सकता है 29 फरवरी ऑफ द लीप ईयर हो, मे भी हो सकता है 20 फरवरी ऑफ द नॉन लीप ईयर हो। सो नंबर ऑफ डेज डिसाइड नहीं है इसके अंदर, इस मंथ में कितने होंगे। सो लास्ट डेट से अपन नहीं बता सकते कि 14th डेट को क्या आएगा, बिकॉज नंबर ऑफ डेज फिक्स नहीं है इस मंथ के अंदर। सो स्टेटमेंट फर्स्ट अलोन इज नॉट सफिशिएंट टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज इससे अपन 14 डे फाइंड नहीं कर सकते। नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू स्टेटमेंट सेकेंड, सो नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू स्टेटमेंट सेकेंड 17th डे ऑफ द month is third Saturday. 17th day of the month is third Saturday. So 16th day क्या हो जाएगा, 16th day हो जाएगा Saturday, it means Friday. और 15th day को क्या हो जाएगा Thursday. And 14th day को क्या हो जाएगा, 14th day को हो जाएगा Wednesday. So स्टेटमेंट सेकंड अलोन इज सफिशिएंट टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन। स्टेटमेंट सेकंड से ही आंसर आ सकता है कि 14th डे ऑफ द मंथ इज Wednesday. So here option B, it means data in statement second alone is sufficient to answer the question. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. So we have finished the solution. I hope you understood it well. If you have any query and doubt regarding the paper solution, so please log in the website and click ask the doubt option and write your doubt there. Now new information related to Matrix Olympiad will be updated on this YouTube channel. So subscribe the channel for more updates. You can also have new updates on our WhatsApp channel. To join, click on the links provided in the description box. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good time.